because now I'm gonna get on my phone here so we can pull up what we need to.
So you guys can see us.
Hi.
We are going live.
Let's see. We want to be able to read your comments. So, you know. Oh, there we are. See us here. All right.
Hi, guys.
All right. So now we can see comments when people come on. So far, nobody's here yet, so we're not.
Does that look okay?
Yeah, looks fine. I'm gonna be looking at it right here.
You gotta sit on your cushion so you're not squished out.
No.
It sinks. Oh, look at, I'm almost the correct height on a pillow.
Hey.
Short
All
torso,
right.
long arms and legs. Turn the volume down so we don't reverb it.
That sounds like a good idea. There we go. Look.
Hey, perfect.
No one's on yet, so no one's seeing the shit show that has already started.
Exactly.
I'm sure people will be popping on. We're just gonna give everybody a little bit of a chance.
Yep.
To come on in. Tonight is the night for our Bob Ross night, ladies and gentlemen.
We've got some Bob Ross knockoffs that some people have done their versions of that we found. And we're going to try to work off of these tonight because they're not as extensive as actual Bob stuff. And we're going to do it on obviously a smaller canvas that's been prepped for us.
Obviously, because we are not that.
And we don't have that much time, but I'm doing the red barn.
And I am also doing a red barn, but mine is a little bit more
Power lines and industrial. Looks like that's a boat there.
No.
What is that thing?
It's a road. It's a road.
It's a road. Okay, so yeah, we're figuring these things
Look,
out.
here's the water tower.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
It's Bob Ross.
Esque.
We're not Bob Ross, nor can we claim to be super, like, we don't have low tones.
No. I mean, we got our actual Bob Ross pictures that I just wrapped around a frame. I, ordered these. I just have them on stand so you guys can see. They are Bob Ross. I kind of wrapped around where his signature is, but yep, these are some Bob Ross ones. So, the ultimate goal is to have something that looks like that. That's not always the case.
Gonna be a nailed it for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And you're gonna see us with our glasses on.
Do you want to prop that? Can you?
No, I see it right there. It's actually pretty good. Pretty good.
Because I was thinking if we had to.
Our canvases, like, so I am gonna just put this out there real quick. This girl right here has been working super overtime lately.
Moving everything to
get everything ready for our filmings and for postings. She's been working all day with trying to get our last video that we did yesterday.
Which may or may not be up.
They're not.
This glitches solar flare crap.
Yeah, like her phone's been glitching out. My phone's been glitching out. So
reached out like I was dying yesterday.
What are you doing?
Your sister.
No, what are you doing?
I was gonna grab a pencil for us to be able to draw.
Yeah, that's not gonna work for me. We're just gonna freehand it. Bob Ross is not a sketch.
Well, I might want to look at that just to get a little bit of dimension.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Bob Ross-esque nailed it style, correct?
Well, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna go for it because I'm feeling risky.
Yeah.
And I'm wearing my smoother than Tennessee whiskey shirt because I know I'm a messy painter.
And today I am rocking the Celestial Sisters because I can make more.
So this girl's been running her ass off, getting all of our stuff ready, getting all the stuff set up for this. So if, we were a few minutes late coming on today, I don't think it's a big deal.
No, there's no makeup because we're going to be painting and sweating and hot lights and
sweating. Sweating has been a thing. The weather's changing, which is fantastic, except for the allergy part of it.
Well, and then I got my AC fixed today, which now cannot drop below 70.
Which I find very, very
That's
funny.
weird because I run it like at 68, 67.
On a regular. basis. I think you should call the office and be like,
I wanted the new thermostat so I could see it, and but it should help my bill. I'll just get over
I guess. So our canvases have already been treated, so that our
That's why we have the small
it
ones.
doesn't. Okay, so we're using acrylic paint. Bob, God love him. He uses oil-based paints,
Right.
and then he puts on a clear coat.
Right,
beforehand,
he does
which
the-
is still moist.
He does
wet.
the white gesso and lets
Right.
it seals it, and
No,
we've done that.
But he doesn't let it dry because his so that
Oils.
it blends
Right.
better. Trust me, I fall asleep to this man
Yeah.
every single night
Yeah.
because, like I said, my boyfriend loves the sound of his voice. It's very calming and relaxing. So
These ones have to be treated with the acrylic, otherwise they bleed through. So
last night I actually heard Bob Ross on his 90th episode talking about how his camera guys just loved him because of the fact that they have to deal with the slapping of his paintbrush. Because if you're aware, he takes his paintbrushes. He's got a really big fat one usually, and he usually takes it, cleans
beats
it,
the hell out of
and
it.
then beats the devil
Out of it, yeah.
beats the Dickens or the devil, one of the two. So, and I guess the sound, from like a cameraman's perspective, the sound has got to be just definitely
Atrocious.
on their ear sets.
Right,
you know.
exactly.
So that amplified sound in there. So, all right, guys, here I go. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna put my blue paint down here,
I'm just trying to get dimension right.
and I'm gonna
So that
take our.
I have the shape of the barn, and then I can freehand everything else.
You don't have really that much blue. That's a
Oh, I got a lot more blue.
Well, I know you do, but I'm just saying. I think we figured out. Oh, you got a new white one.
I got like 3 white ones.
Yay! Because I remember the last time we were trying to do Bob Ross night, like for ourselves. We had some serious issues going on with the white being all.
Yeah. And it might be. I actually have a here. Unless you want the regular nice one, 'cause I know you do.
Yeah, I'm bougie like that, I guess.
I know.
So we're here, and we're just gonna be, painting, talking, and spouting some Bob Ross facts at you. If you don't already know them, most people do. I do see that we have a couple people here.
Look, can't you look on your phone?
No, that's only with comments. If you're here, drop a comment, say hi. Just
It's
flash
Bob
a hi.
Ross.
It's
night.
Bob Ross night. We finally did it. Woohoo!
Even though it's Kleenex, the joy of painting.
The joy of painting. Drop a comment in there so we know who to shout out to and say hi to.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're just gonna be hanging out and spitting some Bob Ross facts. So Bob Ross fact number 1, and we've got our handy dandy brushes right here. Bob Ross fact number 1. Bob Ross was Robert Norman Ross, and he was born on October 29th, 1942. So he's a Scorpio.
And he's got the same birthday as our celestial sister Carolyn.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is very true. Huh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
And
that.
then he died on 4th of July in 95.
Yeah.
He's a Florida guy. He was born in Daytona Beach. Sorry.
Yeah, I figured as much
I
when I saw that.
wiped it with my hand and passed away in Orlando, Florida.
But he was a master sergeant in the Air Force from 1961 to 1981, which is another reason why
Why he never raised his voice
right
again.
after his time in the military.
20 years.
Decided he had to raise his voice so often in the military, and
That
he
he
was not
didn't
going to do
need
it
to
afterwards.
anymore.
So that's what's up.
And the perm. Well, for 20 years he had to keep his hair buzzed and short, military style, and as he got into the not raising voice and being in a calm state, he didn't want to have a whole lot of fuss. So his wife would perm his hair so that he could go longer without haircuts and not have it hanging in his face.
Yeah.
He was frugal. That's the real reason.
I'm okay with that. I'm also frugal, which is why I never get my hair cut.
Yeah, me too. I cut my own hair.
I don't cut.
Well, my mother will, but
I mean, I really don't cut my hair. I think the last time I had my hair cut was by your mother. So.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
And that's just because that's how I like it.
Well, she's been doing it
since high school.
Since high school, but she does the
to be
same
fair
haircut.
though, like
She's
for a
just
while
good-
there, we didn't see. I didn't see your mom for
Yeah.
many years, so
You had to go through.
I didn't cut my hair then
That's why your hair was so long.
until I decided to take it really, really short because I wanted to go drastic at one point, and I love short hair on me now as an adult versus as a child. I went against short hair for so long as an
Well,
adult
because we were both forced to wear it all the time. Well, you're in sports, you're doing activities.
No, it was because my sister couldn't keep her hair, because she's got naturally, very naturally
I just
curly,
got shit
very
in my hair.
naturally, like not just like little curls. I'm talking about,
Oh
you
yeah,
know, like
tight ringlet to the scalp curls,
like full on 80s grandma perm
Yeah.
curls, and
like
Gigi.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Gigi.
Well, I was gonna say
And then my cousin also got that hair, and you know, none of the rest of us did. Not until later. Mine was bone straight for as long as I could remember.
Terry. I mean, sorry, I shouldn't have said, but
my
just
other
hair.
cousin, my other cousin was also straight hair. Now she's got beautifully long curly hair, but
well, mine too changed. So
I don't
you
know.
just never can tell.
I'm like having problems like seeing it at an angle because I am kind of gimpy. So
Well, that's why I kind of was just doing a rough sketch of mine.
nope, too much time. I don't have that much time to spend on it this time because I can't draw for shit. So that makes no sense for me to be doing that. So yeah, we're just so he was in the military for 20 years. And then, you know,
And he's got a love for animals.
his squirrels.
We got our Mr. Squirrely here. Oops, dropped the paintbrush again. But we got to represent the squirrel, that little guy that he handed.
Your light's doing that changing thing that hasn't done in a long time.
Oh,
No, on this side over here.
well, then we got friends.
Yeah, got friends visiting.
They like to be here when we have fun nights like this, so
Yeah.
I figure.
Yeah, especially on fun nights. So.
Yeah.
I am doing my entire board in blue. So you guys are going to be the judge of like good, bad, if we got even close. Not of whose is better because we don't play the bet who's got the better game.
Because we know some people have more talent. Not in a bad way, it's just...
We are talented in different ways.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, it's not a bad thing. It's totally not even about that, you know?
It's gonna take forever by doing it that way.
Okay, I think I got the basic fancy.
Yeah, I'm gonna do like what he says. Really get the tips in there. Make sure you're getting both sides. Make sure it saturates all the way through. You know, so that you can create those flowy things, right?
Clouds?
No, I wish it was just clouds, but no.
Flowy things.
You know, like the flow, the flow of your brush.
Oh, yeah.
You get those nice
Strokes.
clean- There we go.
That's
Strokes.
the word.
You know, like that thing I had last summer. After I fell down.
Alright, so here's my preemptive sketch. It is a smaller one, so it's going to be mainly just that. But I feel like I'm going to snag some of your blue for my sky.
By all means.
We're having our
Lemonade!
lemonade.
Lemonade, baby. Lemonade.
How there is tape in my glass, I have no idea.
Where do we have tape?
I was doing stuff around here.
Oh.
It would not shock me. I'm like,
Refreshing.
but you have more blue in yours.
Becky Connor. Thanks. Yeah. That was one of my nemesis growing up.
What?
Becky Connor.
Who's Becky Connor?
Becky Connor, you know, from the Connors.
Oh
remember?
my God,
Becky?
yes.
Becky from Roseanne.
Did somebody say that?
Yes.
Oh my God, and you know what? She wanted to look so different. She cut her hair off and got this plaid jacket. And next episode, Becky cut her hair off and had the same exact plaid jacket.
And I found this thing
At a thrift store.
No, at a garage sale that my 4-H club was having on my Nana Josie's front lawn.
And it was just too
And
funny.
it was just like, there's no way. And I even said back then, I was like,
Lacy.
is somebody following me around right now with a camera
Like,
and recording everything
maybe,
I do.
maybe it is the Aaron show. This whole world, you know.
It's possible.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to be that center
I know.
of attention, so that would really bother me to find out later on in life.
But it's just weird coinkydinks. Not like we haven't had plenty of singularities in our lives.
Yeah, you know what's funny is like most people who know me think that I because I am a very outgoing person, right? Very outgoing, a little bit too well, especially when I was younger, way outgoing. That I really enjoy being the center of attention.
Not unless she's beating you up.
Then I better be the center of your
Exactly.
It's the only way you're probably gonna make it out. But
I'm all looking over there. I'm like, how much more?
mine's mostly blue.
No, I just have a little bit of skyline on mine. So
But I actually am not comfortable being at. I don't like having happy birthday sung to me because then it makes me the center of attention.
oh, speaking of, your granddaughter cries every time she hears "Happy Birthday."
Which
Well,
I
it's just
mean,
the weirdest. Well, when she's older now, but when it was younger, it was like,
now it's more of a happy thing, whereas
But-
before it was just. I think it was just the emotion, like look,
getting
where I-
overwhelmed.
Well, like my what kind of we are empaths, right? Like,
Yeah,
and
you're
we-
taking on people's
You're
energies.
taking on people's energies. So when you're singing, when someone's singing "Happy Birthday," I always felt like crying when I was a kid
Yeah.
when someone sang it to me.
Well, it's also special because they're recognizing you, and you're like, I never get recognized unless it's for bad stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. So maybe that was it. Maybe it just made me uncomfortable.
You're like, I'm on display and I'm not bad, but I'm on display.
But why am I being on display today?
Yeah. And I have to be with public. Now I'm like, I want a party.
Yeah. No, still not a party person.
Well, it's my 50th. I want a
Well,
party.
no, and that's a you.
I haven't had.
That's a you thing.
I mean, I had a 23rd, but I haven't had an actual birthday party since my 16th murder mystery party. So I think I'm a little due.
But this year, instead of doing murder,
My husband never could throw me one. God forbid, think about somebody else. I threw him enough.
We could go into that one
All day.
all day long, and all I can say is,
Good luck with that.
What I'm gonna say about that. Okay. So for my next, So now for my next thing, I gotta try to figure out which part I'm doing next. So I do the road. I think I'm gonna do the road.
Because their road didn't look so good on theirs.
I'm gonna do the road in front. That way I can put
Make
my
it that, yeah, so that way it looks good and has the right.
put my barn in the right place. It's kind of. I'll just do my road the way I'm gonna do it with my own colors. A bit of blue and black.
A little bit of both.
A little bit of this and a little bit of that.
I'm quit Quill.
Eh,
A little bit.
I'm not
a
too
bit of
worried
both.
about. I'm not worried about drying it just now.
I'm not either. I'm just trying to
because
get some.
We are just trying to make sure that
We're doing nailed it versions.
Yeah, we have timelines, and as much as I would love to be able to rush a timeline, I
She
have
also
learned.
works.
I have also learned that rushing timelines and trying to do it with a blow dryer doesn't work together.
Though I've watched them do that thing, but yeah.
It doesn't usually work out.
No.
So I add a little bit of black into my. This is a different blue, so don't.
Yeah. I almost stuck it in my drink. I'm moving my drink off the table.
That's why mine's sitting off to the side.
I'm like,
Your heart.
I could see that one happening.
I
Mm-hmm.
can see it happening, and I'm waiting for it to happen because I like seeing you do things, but not like that, because then that would ruin your beverage. And that would be one more reason for you to get up and, no offense, knock things around with your butt.
No, no offense taken.
I was like, I know you. That's exactly
That is
what you
my
said.
reverse body dysmorphia. I forget the ass and the tits are there, and I run into shit. Right. Truth.
I don't have the problem for either. Not the way you do.
Well, the boobs ain't so much the problem now. It's just the ass. And this is live, so you know I'm using some language tonight. Okay.
and that's okay.
We're gonna see how close we can get to. Nailed it.
Yeah, because we're not going to spend a whole, like,
Drawing or
12 hours on each photo. We're gonna
that's why we're doing a knockoff, a copy of a crappy version.
Yeah.
If we tried to do the Bob Ross thing, it would be days.
Days and days.
So we can come back the next couple episodes and work on them.
Well, you know what? We also have the Bob Ross night that we are going to be having coming up, where we try to paint on the same
canvas. Though I have two uglier ones that we will definitely be using
that should be interesting.
Not quite Bob Ross, so that's why they'll be good to use. Same size as the ones we showed you, though.
Yeah. I am not, nor do I claim to be, an artist at all. Fact, I am not. I did send one to my mom, painting to my mom not that long ago. But to be fair, I did do my fair share of prepping on that one. That one took me weeks.
Well, yeah. Well, and I found your stencil from the flower one we never finished from.
Yeah,
Bob Ross.
Weeks of maybe a couple weeks of that one to do. Yeah. So this is just our this is our fun night, right?
Yeah.
Like we're not claiming to be like that this is gonna look beautiful, but we're claiming that it might look like paint on a board.
Here, I'm mixing up that one, so don't switch into it.
Yeah, that's fine. So that's why this one's got like blue and black.
I know, that's why I was like,
my
don't get in that one.
My roads, you can tell the difference, like gray asphalt. So, another more fun fact about Bob Ross was he was a painter and instructor from 1981 to 1985, and he had 2 children. So he had, and Michael Ross actually took over the show, but one of his other children, I want to say, did something on the show as well.
I know Michael was the longer-haired one that did try to do it like his dad. It didn't take off as well because, well, he just didn't have his dad's charisma. That, to be real, the painting ability was there, but the showmanship was a little less.
Yeah.
So, and it's no offense. It's just Bob had his own way of doing things, you know?
You know, he was a one-of-a-kind soul. That's
right.
What made him so beloved by so many people for so long. Like, there weren't a lot of people like him out there. I mean, yeah, there was a lot of people out in the world that were trying to be gentle and wanted things calm, but you know, nobody took it as seriously as he did, and or made their way into living rooms so easily in the 70s.
Right.
You know, like from a PBS standpoint, because you got to remember back in the 70s we're limited on how many channels. Sorry. That's why I use this one.
Yeah,
that one was yucky. Would you like a plate?
Yes, please. I could probably use a little of this. No, just for a little shadow.
I'm like, nope.
Here, I'm dumping it out of the tray.
That's what I thought the plate was going to be good for. Here, let's just dry it all the way off. Give you some real black paint to start with.
It's all right. I need some grayish, but I can use this little bit for now, for the moment, while we're drying that off.
Oh, you made a mess.
No, it just poured.
I know, but I'm just like, oh boy, you made a mess. My mom and
Yeah.
I know you didn't do it on purpose. So
it just poured out. I thought I was being good by just pouring it.
Take that plate.
Yes.
Put it over here so it's not going to be in the way and get.
Oh, it's gonna go somewhere, but
it'll eventually make its way all over the place. But.
Yeah. But speaking of all over the place, tell me the shoes. What happened to your shoes today?
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of mess.
So I've been working from home from my bed. And because that's what I was instructed to do, that's what I've been trying ever so good. So for the first couple of days, I wasn't having luck doing that. So I had to figure out a way, because I was finding that I was constantly having to get out of bed and then move over to my desk to get utilage of all 3 of my screens from home. Because when I'm at work, I have 4.
Right.
But I found that, hey, today I used my noodle. Oh, look, you got a little battery ring. I was using my noodle, and
I thought this was charging. There we go.
close that. There you go. So I was using my noodle today, and decided I was going to shimmy very ever so carefully, since everybody was sleeping in my house. That could have helped. Shimmy my desk over to the side of my bed.
Because I told, well, I didn't say
And
that.
I didn't know that I had a candle warmer plugged in, nor did I know that it was on, or that I actually had a candle on it. And so when I moved the desk down,
Oh! Same black paint, no cap on. Thank God I have a cover on my couch.
and on the floor, I spilled much like
I told you it was
much
going to
like
happen.
she just much like, oh God, please don't. You're just making it worse.
It's the same black.
I know. I'm saying you're just making it worse by spilling it over the edge of the table.
No, I'm trying to catch it from dripping on the floor. It's already over the edge
So
of
would
the
you
table.
like to put your napkins on?
I would like paper towels.
Oh, maybe. Guess that might be handy.
Yeah, considering I just used our napkins from our meal.
Dick.
I told you.
That's okay. Happy accidents.
That's gonna be your telephone poles.
Happy accidents. Happy accidents.
I knew once the black did the first thing, it was not gonna stop.
My skies became a little.
Yeah, we're having a little. We're having visitors and we're having some issues.
That's why we are who we are. So I knocked all over everything, and it
Today has
was,
been a day,
it was a doozy.
but we were already set up, so we had to do it. Yeah, and we scheduled it.
And the other video we have will be posted. We just were not.
I thought it did, but I was waiting on it.
Yeah. Hey, like I said, your whole thing. I had to have your sister come check on you. Remember yesterday?
Yeah, and they called me on Alexa today because I told her, I said, if you can't, just call on Alexa. And sure enough, my phone is I have Wi-Fi, I have cell, and I'm even by it, but because of the solar flares, nothing's happening.
Or something.
And it's not, because then my phone and my radio in my car worked fine for a minute, like the flare was over, and then the next one comes.
So, needless to say, we had to call her. To say, hey. I was calling her for something completely different.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I was able to get a hold of her. She was not dying yesterday,
I was getting ready for the show.
which was why I was like, what
'Cause,
the hell?
It's
She's
just.
waiting for my call. I know she is.
Well, like we said yesterday, I have these big, tall redwoods that kind of block a lot too.
Well, nobody's seen that show yesterday yet.
Oh yeah. Well,
That's
it's gonna go after this one. Oopsies.
Yeah, it's alright. It's alright.
It's all right.
He's okay. It's not like it's gonna be our
Our final one.
no. I don't see that coming anytime soon.
No. We have too much fun doing this, even if my house gets trashed, and hey, that's part of the fun. It's better when she's not hurt because she can help me, but
Maybe, yeah.
and hosting and people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Marley has been truly a trooper through all of this.
I'm surprised I'm still going and sane-ish.
That would employ sanity at the beginning of that whole scenario.
I said ish. I wasn't
let's
saying
let's not
put the cart before the horse.
Yeah, let's not stretch that out too far because anybody who actually knows you calls bullshit. That's okay. They do it to me too.
I call bullshit.
I call horseshit. Okay, I'm gonna try starting off on something else now. We're putting in browns and tans.
There's browns and tans.
I know.
I do too.
Just the same brown you have down there?
Yes.
Ooh, look at that. It's shit brown.
Yes, it is.
It is a good, healthy shit brown. Not a,
It's a healthy BM color.
Yeah, it's a healthy BM color. Yay, BM.
BMX. Sell. Sorry.
Do this. Start here. Start down. The roof line.
Where's the good ones? So yes. I mean, we're trying to paint and talk to you. I mean, so if you don't see us looking, we really are trying to not make them as ugly as possible. The actual is to be not a nailed it, but we already know the answer to that.
We do.
We do.
Certainly do.
But
we have no delusions of grandeur here.
no, it's
We
not.
know that this is going to be a shit show, but we're trying to make it less.
Yeah, it's
And we're
like
not trying to make it look like a shit show.
Exactly, we
It's
actually
just
are
going to
trying.
be a shit show.
It's like we're just trying, actually. All right, I think it's time for some red and some yellow and some. My roof is not gonna look like hers, but it's okay because they let theirs dry.
Again, this is our version. Nailed it.
Yeah.
Those, and take it from two people who've actually made
Cakes and
and
stuff.
stuff.
That.
Those like pre-made cakes, not done in 45 minutes.
No,
Most
when
of
he's showing you all the thing that takes
steps.
30 minutes,
Yeah.
the chocolate work itself on half of that stuff takes days.
And
And I'm like,
you
yeah,
know what?
right.
And to be fair, Jacques Torres,
He may be the best, but
he is an amazing chocolatier.
right.
He's an amazing chocolate worker, so maybe he can do it in
But
that
he
time.
also has staff helping him with it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. This is one
He might
person,
do
an
one.
unprofessional person.
Just like home chefs.
Yeah.
So home cooks, or home bakers. I would love to see, we've never been professional bakers.
Well,
Ever.
yeah.
No. We've never
I've been a
gone,
pastry chef. That's about as close.
but that's, well, then maybe
I did
you
bake.
have. But I mean,
And
like,
I had to bake at
some
here
of
in
your,
Nevada,
yeah,
the pretzels, bread,
some of your,
all of the shit. I was like, no, honey. I mean, this just comes with the territory. But yeah, not like in the most professional sense.
right.
Like, I've not been hired on as just a baker. Like, you're just doing bread. But definitely have.
I like to make stuff like that at home.
Yeah.
I mean, I had at one time had really aspired to be a pastry chef, but the reality of life.
Well, the tactility, and if you're having issues with your hands or your joints or carpal tunnel and stuff, probably not the best.
Well, no, I'm not going to do that now.
Well,
I'm
I
just
mean,
saying when I was younger,
yeah.
I had those dreams, but I made other dreams come true, so it's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with living out other dreams that really, like, I got to be a mom,
Yeah, I didn't get those ones.
you know? So for me, it was a lot more about, like, getting to do that and be a part of my, you know, I was a poor, poor Southern housewife. How about that? Real poor.
Real poor.
Real poor. So.
I mean, we're not adding the trash to it, right? Trashy. Well, okay, let's just say she was in Florida.
I lived in Florida. I did
Not
I
Bob
lived-
Ross is there,
And
but
I lived in the hood. Not just any kind of Florida. The hood of Daytona Beach.
See?
Like Bob Ross.
I know,
Amen.
that's why I was like, I had to put that on there because.
And I lived in the suburbs of Orlando. The outskirts of
Yeah.
of
Jacksonville.
Orlando. No.
Kissimmee.
No, I was in Castleberry.
Oh yeah.
Castleberry, Florida, which is right out, like, it's literally down the street from fucking Orlando, okay?
Yeah.
It's literally, if you go down the highway, like, 2 exits, there it was.
Yeah.
So, it's not like,
How are we doing on time? You got it on there, right?
nope.
On your screen, it doesn't say it on
It's
the
only
chat.
got, like, 33.
Okay, cool.
Who's Elbow? She's a lefty. I can't watch elbows.
That's why we're sitting on the opposite side. Oh, I'm all elbows. I told you, long arms, long legs, short body.
See our mess right here?
Hence, I'm a crab.
Are you talking about this elbow over here near my cup? But if because I have my cup right here, so it was probably my elbow right there.
Oh, and I was like, I have no idea of any comments because I can't see it, but you can. Oh. Family matters.
Absolutely. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Debbie, aka Other Mom.
Mother from another other? I don't know. I don't know.
Sister from another mother.
Sister from another mister. That's one thing, but they don't really
Brother
have
from
one.
another mother.
But you don't have another mother from
Yeah,
way,
no.
way down under? I don't know.
Thunder from down under. What?
Thunder from down under. It's a light. You know, I'm having real issues with wanting to use these paints.
I know, well,
They sound
again,
awfully
you know we're
liquid.
budget and they're old. Those are
Okay.
the good ones. That's why there's that sack.
Yeah. Who brought these ones over?
Me.
These are the ones out of mine.
No,
You
it's
probably added to them
no.
because I took them out of the box and put them all in the drawer.
Well, they were bought
Is it-
for this.
No,
I bought
this
those.
is-
No, Aurora's kit's still in there in the closet.
Oh, okay.
No, these are for mine. I know what you. Sorry, I didn't mean to go proper names.
It's fine.
I was like, no.
Just trying to get the right hue of shit brown onto the thing for a ground, I guess. Yeah, so I'm trying to get the right color mixes here. Just you can spend an hour and a half mixing colors. As Bob Ross says, this is why when he uses the oil paint, why he has that prep on there, so that the colors blend even
Well,
better.
that's why we prepped ours. But
No, I meant like for
Yes.
blending colors.
yeah.
Little bit different.
Oh yeah. A little bit different.
Little bit. A little orange in that, brown to give it that. Just the perfect shade of shit color. Okay. I don't know where this is at. Where the scene that I'm painting is.
I don't even
at.
know. I said they were.
Like you're in the
Ask.
middle of some place and both sides of the road are brown, but one side of the road is brown with blue and green and everything else. Is that like?
It's supposed to be like a hazy day in the background, the buildings, the plants, but the road I think they just did wrong. That's why I paid $1 for it. Sorry. And again, truth, facts. We are low budge.
We're showing you can do things on low budge. I mean, most of these paints we bought at the dollar store along with our dollar store brushes, Dollar Tree.
Templates, Dollar Tree.
But we have fun, so the money's well spent. It's not really
Exactly.
a waste if you get your money's worth.
Exactly. That's how I feel about casino. If I can stay there and play my $100 or $40
Free
that
play?
I brought in my free play for an hour or two, then it was worth it.
Yeah, we don't go all hog wild like some people.
No. No, what we go hog wild on is spitting paint, falling down. That we go hog wild on.
I say, not wrong.
The theme and the for the episode that will be shared after this, it's called falling for us, because you even said that. You're like, if you fell into this,
Yeah.
you're falling for us.
If you have fallen onto us,
That was an optimum word.
word. Yeah, so my surgery, since the other film isn't out yet, I will go ahead and just fill people in here. My surgery went well. I am recuperating, pushing myself further than I probably should on those days. That's what I do. I haven't I had that fiasco fight with the ants yesterday.
Oh yeah, you can tell. You got the wax. Did you even finish the wax on the shoe story?
Yeah, that I dumped out the
it looks like somebody
jizzed on my shoes.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie.
I was like, I'm so glad I gave you those shoes.
But
and they're sparkly shoes, so it looks really. It's not like a tennis shoe. It has black and sequins, so it's really cute.
They're really cute shoes, but now it looks like someone has jizzed all over the top of both of them. Not just one.
Yeah, both. I looked. I was like, those didn't look that way yesterday.
Both. God darn it. So yay for me.
Well, first Kool-Aid mess, then the shoe.
Yeah, Kool-Aid shoes. It didn't just land on one of them. It landed on both. So it's like a matching set of jizz shoes.
I wish you could take one off and show it, because it's so bad.
I'll take off the shoe. It's not.
They're like
Jizz
sequin
shit.
loafers. Damn. Oh, it's not charging.
You should probably undo the microphones, and we'll probably have to yell.
Yes, we're gonna just fix the microphone so that way we can
Actually,
charge this bad boy. So we
finish
can
these photos or finish these pictures on camera and not off, and then be like, sorry, we have to show these later.
Okay, it's charging. I just wanted to make sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I can see that happening.
I'm sure you can hear us regardless.
Yeah, neither one of us has a problem,
Assertive.
like, raising our voices to make them carry further.
Yeah.
In fact, most of our lives we've been told to shh, calm down, shh, quiet, shh, you're too loud, you're being too loud. I know.
Playing a Taylor Swift song. You better calm down, 'cause you're being too loud. And I did not play the song, so there's no copyright infringement. I'm putting that out there. We own no rights to no music. Anything you hear is just from our Alexa, and we are not trying to sell or promote anybody's music. Just putting that out there.
all the way out.
Because we literally had to take the volume and fix a thing because we didn't realize we had Alexa playing and it had a song that obviously was copyrighted.
Do you know that you keep saying her name so she keeps shutting off?
No, the end of the song has like a
I know,
5
but
second
I'm
pause.
saying it's also because.
Oh. Well, thank God I named them all different names in my house, otherwise it'd get confusing.
I think they would get confused.
They did.
All the time.
They did, and that's why the one that I have for the other one for outside, because there's not another name I can choose. So it.
I would think you'd be able to name it anything you wanted.
No, they only no.
No?
No, they're all older ones, is why.
That's also their.
I mean, I could name it computer, but who wants to name it computer?
No, see, it did go off.
No, there's like a 5 second delay on the end of it. I've heard it each time.
Add a little red to my
Here.
brown. Oh.
I'm like, there you go.
Need to make a nice brick red.
Nice tree colors.
Nice dark brick red. The Bob Ross paintings on the front table are real Bob Ross paintings.
Yes.
Not like.
I mean, I ordered the prints. They're not like signed or anything. They're just copies, but of his actual artwork. But I had to fold them to fit the canvases we had, so like his little signature's not technically showing.
Not only that, but a real Bob Ross painting now is a very expensive piece
Yeah.
of art. So, I mean, would we love a real Bob Ross painting? Absolutely. Yeah, it's a red brown now.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm doing.
That would be absolutely freaking lovely, but let's see.
What?
I was looking for the red.
It's right here. Oh, you don't want that one.
No, it's fine. It's the only one we have. Forgot where I was going. Sorry, I'm sorry. Bob Ross being too expensive for the average person now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're not wealthy by
One of
any stretch.
And one of my old coworkers, the weird thing is his name is Royce. He does that, and he was like, just picked it up and did it, and like didn't study, just never painted, and just amazing. So, I don't
Really?
Yeah, but he works at my old job. He was one of the brewery support.
Huh. Very interesting.
Yeah, really interesting gentleman too. But yeah, so I mean, it's not my. Hopefully these don't look horrible. Do we want to show them?
No,
Not yet.
Not yet. A little bit longer. You're way a lot longer into it than further along into that.
Well, I didn't have to paint my whole canvas because I knew what I was painting. Because I sketched it out. That's the only reason. And I am going to adjust it because those are some really ugly trees in there. And Bob likes happy little trees.
Happy little.
And definitely we've had our happy accidents with the black.
The black paint, it's everywhere. We don't even need to put it any more out. You just take it off the table.
No, but it's not good. It was that runny boo-boo.
The runny shit?
Yeah.
You can say the word. Shit.
I know. I was just.
Say it with me, people. Shit.
Like the runny poop.
The runny poop. So yeah, it's a the healing is coming along nicely. Although being unconscious for 6 full weeks is for the birds, and I don't know how people who are unconscious on a daily, every day for all their whole lives can handle it. But they have different kind of crutches, maybe. But the crutches that I'm using are the original, and my lovely boyfriend has so graciously fixed the handle for me, or fixed the armpits so they don't dig in. Of course, he had them set to 5'7".
I know. She's not 5'7". That's why I was like, ow.
So when I first got on them after I came home from the hospital,
You're
I was
like, buddy, you're closer to
"Whoa,
5'7", 5'8".
why does this feel so weird? And he's like, well, you're medicated. No, it's also because I'm on stilts trying to get up on these.
Like, I have to, like, lift up.
My shoulders, they don't go up into my shoulders, but, God love him.
My tree's not looking too bad.
He's 5'7".
Yeah, that's what I said. He's 5'7", close to 5'8", like me.
Yeah.
I call it 5'8" on a good day. It's 5'7" 3/4". I know, I've measured. Close enough. Close.
I was like, you're one of those people.
Well, no, because my sister made a point of sitting there and measuring me just to make a point because she had to be right even though it didn't matter.
Of course.
I'm 5'8". Well, I'm sorry, I am a quarter of an inch shorter than you. We're essentially very similar height.
Not only that, you guys shrunk over time.
Right. But
I know you shrunk.
and then she's got me standing next to Luke too, doing that. He'll tell you. She did that some years ago.
I have no doubts.
Yeah. Not like it mattered. I was like, my driver's license says 5'8". I go, if you are gonna write me a ticket for being off by a quarter of an inch, go for it. I know there's people who put their weight as 135 and they're more 235 pounds. You know? Okay, let's be real. Is my real hair color is on my driver's license? Is it the color I'm rocking? No.
Or is it your real hair color?
No.
It was the hair color you were at the time that you got your driver's license.
Correct. No, it was blonde. Well, technically it is blonde on there. It should be like gray and blonde, but it still says blonde. Wait, I got it.
The lid went off and it just went rolling and
Oh,
I can't bend that
damn
way.
it. And when I did that, I got my pillow because I had this in my hand.
That's why it was
Told you. Nailed it.
I think it just. This is when they're making their
last cake.
The last cake, and like they're trying to get their cakes out of the pans, and it's just not working for them.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing. I should have probably taken away the colorful pillows. That was smart. Thank God I covered the couch, you know? Because black paint be damned.
It's not feeling it for you today, huh?
This is gonna, okay. I can tell this is gonna be one of those, I gotta break the seal on it. Oh, there we go. Alright. That's why I didn't want you to get too close to it.
Yeah, because you know my ass would just put her right in it. Because
I'm not even washing them. I'm just grabbing a fresh one when I need it.
that's pretty much what I've been doing.
I was like, they're in soapy water, so they'll be fine. Although I am using his little technique.
It's pat, pat, pat.
Yeah. I'm not using his the fan brush, but I could if I was doing like the heather or stuff.
I'm going into that like blue black thing that I created, and probably not the best idea. I'll be trying to change the brush to something smaller. Oh look! Oh wait. No.
That is
I
what I use.
think that's the one you were just using.
I think it was.
I'm gonna try doing my telephone poles now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. Hi, my name's George.
I know.
We were watching Mice and Men the other day, actually. The new one. Well, not
Gary Sinise.
Yeah.
That's not new. That's
That's
from
like 20 years ago. 25. Shut
we
up.
watched it.
No, we didn't.
I watched it in I watched it in English.
Violet Pin and Rose on your nose. I did not. You watched the old version.
No, we watched both, but I had Mrs. What's her name? She had the accent. She was from
Miss Schroeder?
no, she was from the East Coast, and she had that accent.
Oh, yeah, the younger one.
No, older.
Well, then I did not have her.
Carolyn, I had her. I want to say Smith or something, but it's something close to that. It wasn't like a fancy name. See, there's a lag. Alright. There's some red in there, so I'm putting my reds.
Y'all, these are bad.
You know what? It's looking pretty good there. Your road looks way better. There's a lot of yellow and shit in there, so
I don't know.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get all of that yellow drippy drip. Well, the phone hasn't died yet, so hopefully it's at least keeping a 10% charge. Otherwise, it'll just turn off, and that's the end of our show.
This barn had so many telephone poles behind it.
Well,
Like when you live out in the country,
it's leatherback right there.
You don't.
That's what I realized. Yeah,
you don't
totally.
Really, but I'm saying, like when you live out in the country, you don't have that many telephone
But
poles.
remember, you're looking at a distance, so they look like they're close up.
No.
Well,
No. I'm looking at it right. Look.
we should just
There's
take
even supposed to be like some buildings in the background.
Right.
Background and shit. And I'm like, you're just gonna get what you get with this one, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of mine too. It kind of just blopped on the canvas, like on this part. It's all drippy.
Drippy. I think people got like really, whoever did this one before got like, whoever did this painting over here got really annoyed after a while. It was like.
There's their names on the back. We could always find them.
But do we want to?
No. No, because they probably don't want to be remembered for that.
No, they're probably really good artists.
They were like, that was my phase back in 2018 when I was just learning.
Could be a 2020 photo.
It says 18 on the back of it. Oh. That's the only reason I do. Who can say?
Yeah.
Who can say?
That is, you'll hear us quote things like that a lot from our favorite
Fab.
Absolutely Fabulous, British show from the
About
about the mid 2000s.
Well, they were Gen X-ish kind of. They're older than us, but
I like to say
Baby
not much older than us. But,
yeah,
probably a little more significant than I'm.
yeah. I would say they're probably baby boomers, you know. But we two best friends. We totally got the vibe.
Yeah.
Of
Only
of
neither one of us.
codependent, taking care of each other, and their children, the child raising the parent.
Although my children didn't raise
Your child, the oldest, helped raise.
I'm saying they didn't raise me.
No, but
I can definitely say that there were moments that my children raised me.
yeah.
Well, hey, if we don't all have moments where we're not so proud of, you know,
Yep.
how would we learn, right?
Exactly.
Can't always be perfect.
What?
Yeah, I know. Concepts.
Perfection. What is that? All right, where are we at time-wise?
Okay, I think we're good. I think we're getting at that hour mark. So I think
It's time to reveal.
it's time to reveal, because if I want to do, I can't do it.
We may have to finish these the next time.
I don't know if I want to. Anyway, let me just put a little bit more of
A zhuzh on it.
a zhuzh.
I know what you're talking
A
about.
little zhuzh.
I think this is supposed to be blue in there. I think I might have.
It's okay if it's not exactly the way we want it, because let's be real. This is
the nailed it.
The nailed it version, and boy, howdy is it.
Oh yeah.
I want to make this before we reveal. I want to make this this thing that looks similar to a water tower in the background in this one, and I kind of want to do it. So
We gotta do the reveal at the same time. We gotta do the nailed it. I think Chef Jacques would think mine's not that bad. But who's to say?
maybe it's like a birdhouse. I don't know.
We should have looked up what this picture actually was. See if it was somebody's imagination or an actual Bob Ross. Because for all we know,
It looks like an alien.
welcome to Sheldon Town.
It looks like a badly done tree house, like a bird house of some sort. It's supposed to be, it doesn't have a door on it or anything. It's long.
That's all. Sorry. The 16 candles.
16 candles moments.
Are you almost?
Yep, I'm almost. Like putting in the last little.
And if you've noticed, the music is the joy of painting.
Okay, I'm ready.
Alright, I guess I'm ready too.
I don't know if this is supposed to be like crow stop, like stoops over the top of this thing or whatever, but I'm just gonna do it. 'Cause,
Oh wait, I forgot to color in my 2 seconds.
no worries, no rush. Have the world see how terrible this really is.
Mhm.
But it is. Hey, it's me. Hey, it's me. I'm not Bob Ross.
Hey, and we don't really work with like, you know, perspective.
No. Because if we did, my world would have been changed a long time ago.
Alright, ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm as ready as
Wait, do you want to show the originals first?
Okay, here's the original that I was
This
painting.
is what we were trying for.
That's what you were trying for. And here's what I was trying
Wait,
for.
let me hold it. Okay.
Okay.
Ready, set, nailed it! I don't think they're as bad as we thought. They could be
Nailed
way
it.
worse. Hey, I think that's a pretty good, look at, that's not bad.
Let's see.
Hold it up. Ah, not bad! Your road is way better than theirs.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh yeah, theirs just looks like a boat.
True, you did ask if there was water.
So
I wasn't sure what this was. Like, I wasn't. See the little
It looks-
bird
I
house
think
thing
it's
in
a
the
water
background?
tower.
It's like a water tower. I don't know.
but I think, hey, for our first attempt at knockoff Bob Ross is not too shabby, except
Yeah.
for this shabby shack.
She did really good this is her tracing it out.
Yeah, I just did a little sketch to get my.
I can't even see it.
I just look triangle, square,
but for
square.
Me, for me, I do better doing it
Right.
this way. Because if I try to sketch it out, I try to make it as perfect as I can.
Because I had perspective on the fence and things, so I was trying. But I think, hey, first time around,
Hey.
under an hour.
Hey, that looks real good in there. So, yay!
Hey, I'm surprised that I didn't get more paint everywhere.
And I'm surprised I made it virtually unscathed. But
The black paint more was a spill issue. So let's throw that black paint out for the next time, and we'll probably just not use these. And we'll just switch to the little guys. Well, we didn't shake them up either. That's
I shook some.
some of them are very old to be real.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Did you talk about Diddy and the?
Oh, I didn't. Day 2 of the trial has day 3. Day 2. No. Day. I can't
It's
remember.
day 3 because it started on Monday.
So Cassie, Diddy tried to ask that the jurors that Cassie Ventura be walked in and sat down prior to the jury entering because
She's pregnant.
she's pregnant and he didn't want them seeing her pregnant belly.
And then feeling sorry for her.
And then he proceeded to pull out a Bible
Oh God, I didn't.
and was like, his family was outside praying, which is fine. They're they're actually going through some
stuff.
shit. Like, that's gotta be some hard stuff watching one of your children and one of your dad or
Anybody.
whoever go through that kind of trial. But yeah, he pulled out a Bible and tried to make it look like he was reading from the Bible as the jury was walking in.
Yeah, but they already heard the phone calls of him asking because he was.
Yeah, but his daughter actually had to leave the courtroom after some of that testimony.
Well,
after some of the testimony.
We listened to, shout out to Nancy Grace, and hearing some of the stuff that was brought up definitely was for the 21 and over. And for those that are maybe a little more mature on that 21-year-old tip too. Not that you haven't heard of it, the stuff that was going on, but to understand and to fathom what happened in a mature way.
So, a lot of graphic details came out.
That's what I was saying.
A lot of graphic stuff. So we're not going to go into and have all that being rebroadcast because
you can find it yourself.
You can find it. We don't need to trigger people here.
Yeah.
We trigger enough people.
We trigger ourselves and our own behavior.
Yeah, we don't necessarily need to trigger people with that kind of information. We trigger people with our mouths. We trigger people with our
just being
foul
ourselves.
language, or I'm sorry,
or
my foul language.
And my loudness is easily triggering. Yes.
I mean, there are certain there are definitely certain circumstances where
Well, I
it's
didn't think it
more-
was gonna echo.
where it can be more,
Yeah.
where it is more triggering, like when it echoes and stuff.
But
But
I was not thinking it was gonna do
right.
that. That was just you guys were ahead of me, and
but again, that that's why you have best friends who can say, "Hey, that was kind of loud," like, and that kind of triggered me a little bit, and who are sensitive to those things for you. So we try not to be hyper,
vigilant.
triggering.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there are going to be times where we talk about things that are definitely going to be triggering for some.
Yeah.
But if it, you know what?
That's why we put warnings on it.
Look at this. I heard this the other day. Something someone every day. Something someone says is triggering to somebody else.
Always, no matter what you talk about.
That doesn't make it less real for the person that's speaking.
Just because you're triggered.
But triggering means that there's some trauma you need to work through.
Right, but that doesn't mean you should shut down talking or tell people to shut down what they're talking about. You just need to know that if there's talk and you are sensitive, to be aware.
Right.
And not that we're going to stop talking about stuff, because life is life.
And that's why we give out the warnings. But that's besides the point.
Because if we had to do that, then nobody would ever do anything. I know.
We ended our painting, and you're still painting.
You're
just making it look better, and mine just still looks like the same. I'm actually very proud of my painting, with the exception of like those really crooked legs there. But
your road looks better than theirs.
Again, I'm not an artist, so to be impressed for me to be impressed on something I did.
It's because I got green on the wrong color. That's why.
Now I got it all over. Now I got it all over. I gave myself stripes. I don't even have stripes on here.
No, you got your kitchen stripes.
Yeah, they kind of match up. Kind of line up.
All right, so.
All right.
I gotta clean all this up.
Yeah, and I gotta go home and get to bed. I got a job.
Yeah, I got some in the wrong spot. I didn't do anything different. It just.
Hey yo, the trash cans are here.
Yeah, I know. But it was kind of waiting the table.
Fair. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We've had a lot of fun. This is creating our mess.
I kind of look like that witch lady that dips her fingers in the...
Oh, the black ink?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That one? Yeah. You know what? That white one's empty, so I'm just going to toss it away.
Yeah.
So...
But you know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
That's not intentional. That was just...
Which movie is that in, though?
It's not. She's the one that's all involved in the Illuminati stuff, and she's an artist. She's the one that's the artist that did the spirit cooking.
Oh,
yeah, and she's all tied in with the Jenners and the Kardashians in their church.
Oh,
yeah,
pleasant people to be around.
That's conspiracies you can look up. I don't recall her name. I know you all know it, but we're not giving specifics.
Or if you don't,
look it up.
Look it up.
She wears some dark makeup, some dark stuff, and has black tipped fingers.
Hey guys, remember, we're going to be coming back at you again here pretty
Saturday
soon.
or Sunday.
We're going to take a couple days off to rest up and recuperate since she's been busting ass and
hosting and somebody for 2 weeks.
But we wanted to definitely get out some shows. You're going to be seeing that other show. Make it to your screen sometime today or tomorrow. Well, you might see a couple blips here or there. She might pop over. We might do something fun over at my house.
And I might be doing, I probably will be doing some of the fortune cards that we kind of tapped into before on previous episodes. Both her and I both know the same deck. So I'll be going over like a single card reading and giving you the meaning of them, and maybe just doing a reading on air. That way, if it resonates with you, it's for you, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. But that way you can kind of see how the cards work and how fast they are, and it's for like immediate information.
And remember, it is always, and first and foremost, for entertainment purposes only.
No promises.
How you choose to take that information or use it in your daily life is completely up to you. You could take it, you could leave it. You could trash it, you could do whatever you want, but it is yours, so it is your time. So, and remember, all time is not linear. It changes. It's constantly in a
And
flux.
we just jumped a timeline. Okay.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yours looks so good. Like, yours looks better than
But you had, well, yeah, because I had brighter colors. You kind of had the reds and blues and your earthy tones.
So anyway, you guys, be a good human. Stay, you know,
Positive.
Stay positive. Remember to keep your vibrations uplifted. And hey,
There's chaos in the
out,
world everywhere. Don't let it get you down.
Go out and make your own Bob Ross night.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun.
Dollar store. I mean, if you get fresh paints, they actually work.
Hey,
I've had these for a while.
Get a friend. Get 2 friends. Get
For
3
$20,
friends.
you can do a Bob Ross
all
night
by yourself. It doesn't really matter as long as you are having fun while you're doing it, or I mean, frustrated if you want to be frustrated. But I mean, it's all in good fun. No one's expecting you to be a world famous artist. Just
this is my first kind of scenery too.
It's a way of relaxation. It's a way of having fun, and it's a way of being able to just kind of communicate.
Yeah. Well, maybe we recreate the ugly pictures there because they're not quite Bob Ross, but they would be challenging because they're interesting, and we could spin out some cool ones.
Well, yeah, we tend to have pretty good times. So, anyway, guys, thanks again for joining us. Like and subscribe and follow us.
Share us.
Share us. We are here for it. We're here to have fun. We're here to entertain you. We're here to entertain ourselves.
Oh, that's most of it why we do it. Because if we have to do it for you guys, for sure we're having a good time.
Absolutely. And remember, we just love you guys so much, and we hope you have a great night. See you later. Bye. Bye-bye.